Welcome, everyone, to another day of continuing education. Today, we are going to talk about the ever-changing life story, which is emotions. So I'm Diana Hinkle, and I am here to help you understand a little bit more how your brain works, for one, and what we can do to help ourselves in this time of chaos, because there's a lot of things going on in the world. And what do you do? How do we help ourselves? And how can we help our neighbor too? So maybe there's someone you know that's in dire need of something, but you just don't know what it is. Maybe they've asked the doctor and the doctor says, well, we can put you on a medication. And that's not where they want to go. So hopefully today I'm going to offer you some options and give you some ideas on how to help your body come back under control, or at least is somewhat under control. So emotions and essential oils. Now, first off, I'm not diagnosed here to treat, cure, or diagnose anything. What I am here to do is to help you find solutions that could be super simple. So with simple solutions, simple solutions is what we're here for. Welcome, Nicole. And so simple solutions is finding what works for us. Emotions, and when it comes to essential oils, we are forever changing because what we have in our environment changes us. And what we do every day changes us. And who we're around every day also changes us. And so because of that, we have solutions at our fingertips, which is really nice to do or to have. And while I'm thinking about it, let me make sure that I can mute as people come in. Okay. All right. So response of our brain when we have emotions going on is very critical to us. And when we are looking for solutions, then we are looking for, hopefully we're going to make things very simple. And Nicole, if you could mute yourself, that would be awesome. Oh, you are muted. Right on. Thank you. And so looking at what we have. All right. So essential oils have been around through history, right? Of emotions. And that's what most people think of essential oils as. It's just simply, oh, that's just, oh, foo-foo, and it's a good smell. But really, what do essential oils do for us in emotional states? And really what it comes down to is, what do you like the smell of? Do you like the smell of oranges? Do you like the smell of lemons? Do you like the smell of fresh baked bread in your kitchen? What is it that makes your body feel happy? And that's what we're trying to help the body understand and find, is something that helps the body happy, which triggers the emotions up here, because it changes the neurons of how our brain is working. So if we get out of the negativity, get into the positive, right? And so we want to take control of those emotions, but usually those emotions are taking control of us. And so when life happens, and it happens around us all the time, and it could be something simple, it could be something very stressful, and that completely plays a habit and a problem with our brain. So we want to help in taking back the wheel and getting in the driver's seat and taking over, and stop letting it take us over and disrupt our lives. We don't want to be that backseat driver or the side passenger. We want to be in the driver's seat, right? To make us feel good and make us feel like we're back living we're around the living. So when things and thoughts stimulate us, so how do we change our thoughts? Can we change our thoughts? Well, actually we can. And how we interrupt the pattern, or we can interrupt what the brain is looking at. So when we smell an essential oil, and what's interesting to me is, even though aromatherapy has been around for a long time and they've been studying it, they still don't know everything about the brain. But we do know that when you smell something you like, then it makes you happy. When you smell something that you don't like, you're usually trying to run the other direction, right? So if you come across a skunk, what's most people doing? Running the other way. So what we're doing is we're trying to change how the brain is thinking and change those neurons so that it changes into more positive feeling. It can be as simple as smelling wild orange. So whatever smell, if you already have essential oils, you take those essential oils out and you actually take the lid off and smell it. And you want to do it several times very deeply. And my dog has decided that he's going to bark at somebody, or no, he's growling at somebody. So because of that, when we do this, our brain relaxes and we release good endorphins. And so now the brain says, oh, well, I don't have to be in that fight or flight mode. I can now relax, and I don't need to be in that fight or flight. And so that's what we're trying to do. Now, doTERRA has done a lot of research, and I really commend them for giving us a lot of research, because with that research comes scientific evidence of the things that we're doing and the things that help us for many different facets, one of those being emotions. And when we are looking for something specific, what you've got to think about is, what smell made you happy? And if you're not sleeping at night, use the smell that makes you happy. It doesn't have to be what I like. So maybe I like lavender. A lot of people don't like lavender. They like other things. Maybe it's wild orange that you like. If you like the smell, your brain will relax and you'll get some better sleep. And you can diffuse it. You can put it on a cotton ball. There's many different ways that you can utilize this. Diffusers work great, and that's a water bath diffuser. Another thing that we have to take in consideration when it comes to our emotions is us women. Men are the same way though. When men reach a certain age, same with us women, when we reach a certain age, there are things, our hormone balance has changed. So as we go through our different stages of life, then different emotions change because of our hormones. So are the hormones completely out of balance? If they're not balanced, then we're going to have some upside down episodes. So we really need to look at that as well. Because our emotional health really plays a big role in our physical health, just like the hormone balance. And that also plays a role in our energy to function every day. Our relationships, our spiritual well-being, how we succeed in life, all plays a role in our emotional maturity and the ability to handle obstacles. So essential oils are one of our tools in our tool belt to help us with that. So they help us to become the best version of ourselves and help us in creating what it is that we're looking for. What are your dreams? What's the reality of what you want your life to be like? So addressing those overwhelm, addressing the fears, addressing that self-esteem and the clarity to give us back all of our power so that we're back in that driver's side and we're taking over the wheel, right? All right. Now for when there's many different things, doTERRA has a wonderful line of emotional aromatherapy. You can actually get a complete kit, and it comes in roller bottles. I love these because there is a complete chart that tells you, like, helps you understand, where am I feeling? What am I feeling today? And what do I need? And so the chart is a big chart, and you can, I'll get that up here in a second. But the chart itself helps in finding out, well, actually I won't. I lied, sorry. But I will post it in our Facebook groups. But the chart, there's several different charts. And so knowing where your emotions are and how you feel today, it can be more than just one product or one essential oil. Maybe it's a combination of two. So whether it's a tree oil, whether it's a floral, whether it's, there's many different ways of dealing with this. So each one of these address a certain one. And I love these for their research. They're very distinct blends with fractionated coconut oil, and they're easy to take with you on the go. And then there is a whole complete line, and it's adaptive. Adaptive in a capsule, and adaptive in a roller, and you can also get a 15 ml bottle. But these products are meant for those that are having the little bit more than just an occasional problem. The adaptive line itself, the capsule, is a major role for those that are taking antidepressants. So if you are someone you know taking antidepressants, you might look at this product as an alternative, as a natural alternative. We've had some very good success with some of those. In fact, if any of you are interested, we do a 5-day essential oil experience with these products. If you're interested in that, please contact me and we will get you into that program. Whether you are a current member or whether you're not a current member makes no difference. We will get you in that program. It's for 5 days. You get specific products, which includes the adaptive, so that you can find out if this is something for you. And again, what we have in results is amazing. When it comes to us women and our hormones, oh my gosh. And I'm postmenopausal, and this is a product I take all the time. This is a phytoestrogen. So I know it's backwards to you guys. So phytoestrogen is not estrogen, it's an estrogenic. So it helps in balancing the hormones. So as I produce less estrogen and more testosterone, guess what? I'm completely out of balance, right? So this is what helps in bringing that balance back. Even for men that are having an issue with that, as they call it, the midlife crisis, this is something to think about. But there actually is another product too that is really helpful for men that are going through a little bit of a change, especially like through, if they don't have the testosterone, then it is called Mito 2 Max. And let me put that in the chat so that you guys have this. And it's called Mito 2 Max. And so yes, it is a supplement. And that supplement is really good for those men that really need more on the testosterone level. And there goes my dog. They're always with me. And I should have locked them up, but I didn't. So let's look at, so that's men, okay? That's men in general, because men typically don't have as many issues as us women. And so for us women, I probably, when it comes to, I think a lot of times what happens with us is we go into an overwhelm because we are usually the doctor mom. We are the ones that take care of the whole family. And so how do you take care of yourself? When do you take care of yourself? And so we become overwhelmed. Maybe you've just had a baby and then you have postpartum depression. So that's another thing. Your hormones are out of whack. And so instead of getting on a medication, if we get you to balance out your hormones again, then you're going to be way better off, right? Because you can have side effects with medications. And are you bottle feeding? Are you breastfeeding? What are you doing, right? That can play a role too. So let's think about overwhelm. Let's eliminate overwhelm. So overwhelm in itself is there's several places that you can add your essential oil to, okay? Melaleuca or tea tree, as a lot of people know it of, is something that we can, and by the way, doTERRA's essential oil tea tree, even though it does not have a supplement fact, it is still something that is usable to ingest. Okay, just so you know that. Typically, a doTERRA product, if it's meant to be ingested, will have a supplement fact on it, and that's where it's at. Now, doTERRA had to change their labeling lately or recently, and so they were confusing Melaleuca with the Melaleuca company. So now it is called tea tree, and because there are so many tea trees out there that are not ingestible, they did not put a supplement fact on their bottle just to make sure people stay safe, even though this is ingestible. So just so you know that. Now, we want to, what Melaleuca can do for us is we can put it right here, okay, right at the base of the throat. And we can put it right here in between our breasts, right in between. And then we can also put it right underneath at the top part of our diaphragm, okay? We want to help release what doesn't serve us anymore, okay? And that's what Melaleuca or tea tree is going to do for us to help us get out of that overwhelm. Now, if Melaleuca or tea tree is not something that you like, what essential oil do you absolutely love? Put it there, okay? Just because we talk about specific essential oils doesn't mean that you can't have more than that or something different. And this has been proven over and over again that just because it was meant for something else doesn't mean it won't work for something else, okay? Oregano is another one that helps in clearing up our head. I know it sounds kooky, right? You could put one drop of oregano on the top of your head, okay? Now you can either drop or you can put some on your finger and rub it into your scalp, okay? Which probably would be a better solution. It does come in doTERRA has made it into a roller bottle. So it looks like this, got a roller top, so you can just take it and just go over, okay? Especially because oregano can be a little bit on the hotter side, and so this is something to kind of look for. That helps us step outside of oneself to get perspective, see what needs to change. It creates an open mind and the flexibility to make necessary changes for personal growth. Okay, that's oregano, right? Another one, cypress. Let's look at cypress. Cypress on the inside of the elbows, okay? Or right in here, right in here. So the inside of the elbows, we're looking at, I know this sounds funny, but it's actually chakras, okay, that we're looking at here to help us get back into a better state of mind. So cypress is one of those that helps us when we're stagnant. We just can't seem to move on. We can't seem to see tomorrow. And we are just holding ourselves hostage. You're just stuck in those old ways and you just can't seem to get going again or can't move through that box, right? It's wonderful for those who are consistently feeling like they're like fighting. They're just fighting themselves. If you're fighting and rather than just letting life flow, then this helps in that fluidity of the spirit, okay, to help you move on. So there again, Cyprus. So these are overwhelmed. So those are, again, these are the, to help eliminate that overwhelm is your tea tree or melaleuca, oregano, and cypress. So cypress on the inside of the elbow, oregano, top of the head, and then the tea tree can be in the chakras, okay? Here, I can right kind of almost in between the breasts, not quite. And then underneath at the top of the diaphragm, okay? That's all for overwhelm. You can also do the back of your neck, okay? And you can also go over your heart. So right here, so most people think of their heart being to the left side. It's really not. It's more towards the middle. Okay, so that's really what we're doing, is going over the heart. All right. So how about boosting one's self-esteem? Now, this is one that fennel is really good for helping get through the, with that feeling or the beginning to help you say yes, okay? Now, some of you may not like fennel because fennel smells and tastes just like black licorice. If you love black licorice, you will have no problem whatsoever. But if you don't like black licorice, you're either going to have to get over it and use it or find something different. But this helps you connect with your personal feelings and help you bring back that the permission to let go of the unnecessary responsibilities. So as women, how many times do we say no? It's usually hard for us to say no, right? Oh yeah, I'll do that for you. Yeah, I'll do that for you. So really, what are the most important things that we can do for ourselves each and every day? And I said for ourselves, not for everybody else. So this is about emotions. And so we're trying to get on top of those emotions, right? So it's us that we're trying to fix a little bit, not everybody else. We can't fix everybody. I've tried, it doesn't work. However, we can fix us, because if we can help fix us, then we have a better understanding and we have better visibility of how we can help someone else, right? So fennel can help us with that courage to bring out, to speak up, and to live authentically. And you may not think you're living authentically, but how many times does someone say, hey, how you doing? And you're feeling miserable and you tell them, I'm fine. I know people where I see them and they're sick. And you ask, how you doing? Oh, I'm fine. And they're sick. They're obviously not fine. But we've gotten into that habit of telling everybody a lie. Oh, I'm fine, because I'm not dying, right? Except those that think that they should constantly complain because they love hearing people, they love to complain and let people hear them, right? They're speaking out. So there's fennel giving us that permission, and you would do it on the inside of your wrist creases. Okay, did you get that? Inside wrist, okay? Another couple of ones that we really like are bergamot and grapefruit. These oils will help you in showing love to yourself unconditionally. Begin to honor your needs and the experience of your total self-acceptance. So it's accepting you. And how many times have you looked in the mirror and said, I love you, to yourself? How many times you look in the mirror and go, I don't like that, I don't like that, and I don't like that? We need to be we need to love ourselves. We can't love others and expect our emotions to be good if we cannot love ourselves first. Instead of nitpicking as to what you don't like about yourself, what it is that you do like about yourself. What's in your heart? And I see this beauty all the time. And I have to say, and I'll try not to be emotional about it, but I have a lovely friend who just passed away on Monday. And she was so caring and so loving of others that even laying in the hospital bed, dying, just waiting to die, seriously, she was waiting to die. There was nothing they could do. And she asked me if I got, so we do a lot with, to feed the people and helping in our community. And she's like, you got Monday and Tuesday covered, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, can you think of why do you think of everybody else? And you're laying here waiting to die and you're still thinking about everybody else. That was her heart. It didn't matter what she felt like. It didn't matter how bad her day was. It didn't matter that she went for chemo treatments. It didn't matter that things were bad. She kept going. She never complained, not one time. There's a few times I'm like, made her go home or make her, can you just go to the doctor? Well, now she's in a better place. I will deeply miss her. Okay, I said it wasn't emotional, but I am, so I'm gonna get off that. But that's part of it, is where's our heart? We have to think about others, but it's hard to think about others, right? If we're in that state of mind that doesn't allow us to think of others, because we're thinking about ourselves, and then we're every day just grueling, trying to get through, trying to understand where we are, let alone think about somebody else. So I hope that will kind of help you a little bit there. But we got a couple of things I want to look at. So I want to look at clarity and our vision and helping protect yourself. And what do I mean by protecting yourself? Does it protect you from the sun? No, it can go differently. So clarity and vision. So Douglas fir. Douglas fir, and I live in the Pacific Northwest. I was blown away when I found out that doTERRA's Douglas fir comes from Australia. Or excuse me, not Australia, but New Zealand. I was like, wait, what? As to find out that when Douglas fir was introduced to that area, it is now an invasive species, which is kind of hard to believe. So it's choking out their native species. And so they came to doTERRA, and doTERRA did some research and some science stuff, and they went, oh, this is awesome. So now we get a really great essential oil, and we're helping them clean up. I think it's great. It's a win-win, right? So Douglas fir, what do we do with it, and why would we want it? So first of all, we want to break those destructive habits that we have. The cloud that you're thinking, the vision of yourself, it allows us for that divine wisdom and the guidance that it brightens. It brightens the mind so you can see a new path. And we want to gracefully transition into the way we want to be, a new being. So this helps us get out of that, right? So we talked about the way our brain is operating. So now we're going to get back to that clarity of where we want to be and what's our vision? How do we get there? So Douglas fir, you can put on the back of your neck. There's like a little soft, like an orbital triangle right there at the base of your neck. You can put it right there. And even if it's, I don't care where it is in there, just put it on the back of your neck. And if all else fails, you can put it on the bottom of your teeth. So think about Douglas fir. Now, another one that I really love, and I thought I had it here. Maybe I set it down and didn't bring it. Spearmint, that's one of my favorites. You can put spearmint on the top of your head. Okay, another one of those up here, and it actually comes in a roller. And anything in a roller will say touch on it. So if you have an account with doTERRA, anything that says touch means that it's in a 10 ml roller bottle, and it comes with, it's already pre-mixed with fractionated coconut oil in it. So it's got a carrier oil with it. So putting spearmint on the top of your head helps clear away the thoughts, the confusion, and the distractions slowly from our life mission, okay? It brings intense clarity and the ability to express to others our vision, okay? Do you want to be a leader? Do you just want to tell people what you'd like to do in life? Speak up. This is your space. And then build that confidence by using spearmint. Spearmint's also good for digestive issues. I love it. I was really grateful when it came out and is part of our kids kit now. Awesome. Now, the fourth one, how do we project yourself and protect yourself? You can place 5 drops of each oil, which is ginger and cinnamon. Now, mix it with fractionated coconut oil, because ginger and cinnamon together are 2 oils that are a little on the hot side. And so you can, it can cause some irritation to the skin. So we really suggest that you put fractionated coconut oil. So you can do a 5 ml bottle and place 5 drops of each, ginger and cinnamon, and then fill up the remaining 5 ml bottle with fractionated coconut oil. You only need that much. So that's 10 drops total. 5 of ginger, 5 of cinnamon, okay? You put it on the solar plexus and the inside of your wrist. So right above, like right at the top side of the diaphragm, okay? And on the inside of the wrist, okay? Now, what does this do? It helps fill the heart with passion, excitement, and a desire to live out one's purpose. So if you're looking for that, then this is really good for you. This is a combination that creates movement and inspiration. It increases courage so that no matter the obstacle, nothing or no one will stand in the way of your divine mission. What is your mission in life? Do you know what it is? Have you figured it out yet? There's a purpose for everyone. And I hope that you will find that purpose, because all of us in ourselves are unique. All of us are individuals, and all of us have different things that we need to address, different ways to make and help our bodies reboot. It's kind of like a computer. If you don't turn your computer off every now and then something happens, right? Or it can happen. So when you're starting all this, and if you're really looking for that, all of these are addressing all this, the overwhelm and the self-esteem issues, or the clarity, or the passion. If you're looking for all of that, and you need to address all of it, this is not going to be an overnight thing. This is going to take some time. Now, as soon as you start it, it's going to play a positive role, but it's going to take time. So for the first 2 to 4 weeks, another thing that you can do for all of this too is help release your fears and your baggage. Okay, so that's the first thing. And a lot of us have baggage that we're not even sure we have. Have we always addressed it? I tell everybody, we have this little closet back here that addresses emotions. We put everything in that closet, we shove it in there, and over the years, we shove it in, shove it in, shove it in. And when they lock the door, and we want to throw away the key, but we have to open that door every now and then and shove some more stuff in there, and we never let it release. So if we don't let that emotion release and get rid of everything in the closet, not only does our mind explode, but we have a body, a physical presence that has a problem. Things will start to happen. That stress and those emotions take over our bodies, and they take over the physical. So when things, I always think of this as when you go to a doctor and they just can't seem to figure out what your problem is, because one day it's the wrist, one day it's the hip, one day it's the neck, one day it's something else. Think about your emotions. What have you kept bottled up for so long that it's eating at you and you're not addressing it? Because if you can release all that negative emotion and forgive, because we all have someone in our life or something somewhere in our life that we need to forgive. We need that forgiveness, either to ourselves or to them. And get rid of it. Love yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, I love you. And you got this, right? It's soothing to the soul to understand that it's okay to not be 100% okay. There's people, you have a support group. Who's your support group? Let them know what's going on and that you need this help. Because you're on a path, you're on a journey, and this is what's going to take you there. And so when you completely keep following the sequence over and over and over and over, you become a pattern, and eventually you're going to let everything happen, and you're going to accomplish, you're going to release all those limiting beliefs. You're going to heal the heart from pain or rejection or even disappointment. You're going to provide clarity, and you're going to know your divine purpose. You're going to build that confidence. You're going to create the momentum that you project yourself so that you're out in the world and it's time for you to live your best. Share the talents that you have. Everybody's got a talent. What is that? And completely make yourself fabulous, because you are. Now, there's a lot of other things that we could talk about. And on the emotional side, or I should say on, if you're going through the premenopausal and you're getting hot flashes, then try Clary Calm. This is a blend that also has ginger in there. Imagine that. And all you need to do, you can put it on the back of your neck, or you can put it around your belly button. So for if you're having those cramping, the hot flashes, it doesn't take long to stop them. I've literally had people that were sure they're going to continue their hot flashes, but they didn't. It stopped. So it's like, again, it's amazing to me what doTERRA does in their science, and they don't do anything without science in there. I've even had this particular oil has been for people that they're all the oils in here are oils that will calm the mind. And if you know somebody that is severely having a problem, this could be their #1 oil of choice. I've had people that were like that. And it's been a great salvation for them. The newer is adaptive. That's the newer one. So Clary Calm for us women that have those hot flashes and menstrual cramping, things like that. And then adaptive for those that need to change the neurons, okay, along with all the others what we just talked about. And don't forget the adaptive capsules, because this is something new that you can add into your life, along with the doTERRA emotional aromatherapy pack that we have. So I hope this kind of gives you a better understanding. We're running out of time. And then I hope that you will find that the emotions are that you will take over your emotions and not let the emotions take over you, and be behind the wheel versus not behind the wheel. And if you are looking for more support, there's plenty of things online. doTERRA has a YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel. It's Diana Hinkle, and that's Henkel. Again, look at the roadmap for the emotional aromatherapy, which is this one here. And it's a little emotional wheel. It looks like this. And you can, if you look at doTERRA emotional wheel, you'll find it. And it really helps you in knowing what oil to reach for. If you're grieving, if you're anxious, you feel fearful, bored, whatever that looks like, right? So I hope you found some interesting information today. This is every other Thursday at 4 p.m. and then every other Tuesday at 7 p.m. So next week will be 7 p.m. And I have not got my November schedule down, so we will let you know on the other upside. So thanks for joining me today. And don't forget, this will be uploaded to the doTERRA YouTube channel. And I will also post the replay in our Facebook groups if you're in our Facebook. And we'll see you again soon. Thanks for coming.